The world was built by men, not by little boys. Sadly, this current world kind of tries to take away your testosterone little by little and decrease it over time. But did you know that your great grandfather had 3 times, no, maybe even 4 times your testosterone? Imagine you're a Viking getting ready for war. As you voyage across the sea on a boat with your brothers, you get closer and closer to the enemy territory. You start preparing your mind and body for battle. You throw on your armor, and you could just feel the intense vibe, I guess, like the aura you and your brothers are all feeling. As you depart the ship onto enemy territory, getting ready to attack, you could hear, just imagine the war screams from all the different men around you, your brothers and the enemy, as you are fighting. Imagine running into battle and your brother next to you gets an arrow shot through his neck and killed right in front of you. But you have to just keep pushing. After the war, you're going to voyage back home. Your ship probably has half the amount of men it used to have. They're not going to see their family anymore. When you get back to your village or your home or whatever, imagine the feeling that your loved one, your family, will see you departing the ship and returning home. You just look like a hero, filled with testosterone. That's what it means to be a man. Now, I'm not saying you need to go and fight and risk your life. No. I'm saying you gotta have a duty that puts you above other men. So, this is pretty much just a video of how I personally increased my own testosterone, and I still continue using these tips to further increase it more and more. The more the merrier. So, the most important one is going to be self-improvement. This is very, very, very important because you can't expect to have more testosterone to be a better man if you're not going to continuously try to get to that point. You got to train your body, you got to train your mind, you got to train every single part of yourself if you want to increase your testosterone. And it just comes naturally with you bettering yourself. And it's hard when everything is against you. All the odds are against you. Your water, your food, your environment, the social media, all that's against you. So that brings me to my next point, which is you need to avoid tap water. As much as possible. This is because so plastic specifically, microplastics, when you're like drinking out of like a plastic water bottle or just water and food that's been touching with plastic, you absorb the microplastics basically that's on that plastic item. And consuming these microplastics are very, very toxic for not just men but women, anyone. You're not supposed to be consuming plastic, obviously. And consuming these microplastics just decrease your testosterone. They're filled with estrogenics. I still struggle with my clothes still having that polyester material, which is plastics embedded in them, which still harm my body. But like I said, I'm also continuously trying to fix all my mistakes to increase my testosterone. And specifically with tap water. So when women take birth control, which is really common in North America, especially like you could go into politics and all that, but more like liberal. Enough of that. But women take birth control for whatever reason. And when you use the bathroom, that sewage water gets refiltered back into your house's tap water. Yeah, everything else is cleaned out and filtered out. But the hormones from the pharmaceuticals, from the birth control, which is for females, does not get filtered out. So if you're a man drinking tap water, you're consuming birth control indirectly. And This is just completely filled with estrogenics, and this is completely making you more feminine. So what I did personally is I bought an Alexa purifier for my water. And I mean, I don't know, I didn't do that much research with it, but it says that it removes pharmaceuticals. So I mean, you got to try something. And that's really it for water. You could also buy like glass spring water. That's also really nice. If you have a source of spring water, that's probably the best choice you have possible. And if you have the money, you could buy these cases of like glass spring water, but try to avoid plastic and try to avoid tap water. My next point is you need to embrace in your no fap, or I guess semen retention journey. Your sperm is pretty much your life energy, and there's been studies. I haven't like read them directly, but I've heard that there are studies where if you increase your sperm count, your testosterone goes with it. So if you're constantly, like every day, a couple times a week even, wasting that on masturbation, you're getting rid of your energy, your testosterone filled energy. And that's why you just feel kind of like this like fatigued moodiness vibe all day, like every day. Like you have this brain fog, you don't have this wired energy. And you could really fix that by just practicing not just nofap but semen retention in general. If you're out like clubbing every night and you're hooking up with a bunch of random women, that is not healthy for you. The only healthy way that also increases your testosterone with this is if you have a woman you truly love and you make love with her, that's how you increase your testosterone with that. Otherwise, everything else just decreases it. And that brings me now to my next point, which is stoicism. Or just learning a philosophy in general that increases your mind. And stoicism specifically is it's not having no emotions, but more of controlling your emotions and learning to take over the power of your mind before you overreact. And this will help with your testosterone because you develop a lot more rational thinking rather than just sporadic, indecisive actions. This could also help build your purpose. And a lot of people in today's world just don't have a purpose in general. But having this purpose that you're working towards is going to help increase your testosterone as well, because your main motivator, especially for men, is driven by testosterone. And having a purpose really gets you motivated to do your work, your hard work, whatever hard task is in front of you. So you really got to sit down and think, maybe even meditate on this, but really find out what your purpose is. And if you need help with this, I could always help out. You could just reach out to me directly or just leave a comment about it. But this is a big problem I struggle with, like even a month back, of trying to figure out what my purpose really is. And another very important tip to increase your testosterone is just working your body out. So we went over all the working your mind. Now you also got to work your body to the same level. You can't expect to be this man filled with testosterone if you're like skinny as a twig or if you're like super fat. You have to develop your body the same way you want to develop your mind. And there's so many studies. You could do this information yourself, but there's so many studies that obviously working out will increase your testosterone. It's just also common sense. If you look at all testosterone-filled men, they work their bodies. And along with this, you need to also eat clean foods. It doesn't necessarily have to be like the healthiest foods or anything, but try to eat clean single ingredient foods that are not poisoned. So if you can, eat your meats, your fruits, your veggies, potatoes. I guess that's also part of vegetables. Try to avoid stuff that contain like multiple ingredients that you don't even know, seed oils, just all that useless garbage, fast food. You know that's bad for you. Try to eat like fully cooked meals that each you could like count the ingredients yourself. You could look at the ingredients. So you could do like vegetables with meat, some potatoes, just whatever. Eggs, dairy, that's all good. And receipts in general. This goes back to the plastics part, but receipts, like when you go to a grocery store and you get your receipt, when you touch that receipt to your skin, there's like xenoestrogens, I think they're called, specifically on receipts. So when you touch it, you absorb it into your skin. So you're just absorbing estrogenics through those receipts. And if you have receipts in your wallet as well, and you keep your wallet in your pocket all day, I don't understand the exact science behind this, but that tampers with like your semen and all that. And you're still having some sort of contact with those receipts 24/7 on your body, which is not good for you. And this goes with your phone as well. Your phone, whether you like it or not, has those EMFs. So anything with EMF, not just your phone, but those EMFs is some form of radiation, which kills your sperm, your everything basically. But if you have your phone in your pocket, that's like a couple inches away from your testicles, and that will decrease your sperm count, which also decreases your testosterone with it. So the best way that you could do right now to increase your testosterone is to just get rid of phone, receipts, all that EMFs from your pocket, and connect with nature. The sun, just absorbing sunlight, and you could also learn about grounding as well. That's where like you could like make direct contact with the earth. There's like a bunch of different like research on this where your body has this electromagnetic field, and when you touch the ground, it kind of, you just disconnect your body from these energy. It's like just completing the energy field in your body. I don't know the whole research behind it. Just practice just going out in nature, absorbing sunlight. That's very, very crucial. Get it directly into your eyes. Don't wear sunglasses. Don't wear sunscreen. Get some sunlight directly exposed to you without having any EMF or radiation on you whatsoever. Try to, this sounds crazy, but try to go barefoot if you can, directly onto like the nature ground. And to really just finish off this video, another huge part of your mind is just your mindset in general. And you really just need to picture yourself as this masculine man that you need to lead and help the people around you. And you have to put yourself in this sort of perspective that's not really above everyone else, but you're there to help everyone. And this will just fill you that masculine energy, which is also with your testosterone. And also, like, participating in combat sports specifically increases this masculine energy as well, because men build testosterone a lot when competing with other men. And this isn't just like, don't let your emotions fuel you. Don't get angry with this. Really just like compete with your brothers. And like after you're done sparring with them or something, hug it out, shake it out, whatever. That's what it means to be a man. But yeah, that's about it.